Hi, and welcome to Ottawa English. I'm Angela, and today we're looking at a template for CELPIP Speaking Task 2, where you're asked to describe a personal experience. So when you're asked to describe a personal experience, it usually focuses on a feeling. So there are several feelings that you need to be prepared to talk about, or you need to be able to talk about another person or somebody who has these qualities. So we're going to take a look at a template, but before we do that, if you're aiming for level 8 or above, you need to make sure that you use the past perfect tense to sequence two past events. So instead of using words like first, second, before, then, or after, you're actually going to use that past perfect tense to put them in order. So in this example, we've got the present. So we take one step into the past. That's when we just use the simple past tense. When we want to describe something that happened before this event in the past, then we use the past perfect tense. So I've got an example down here where I bought a pair of pants, and the reason that I bought them was that they were reduced before that. So I'm going to replace first and I'm going to replace then by using that past perfect tense. So I can say that because they had reduced the price, I bought the pants. So they reduced the price first, and then I bought the pants yesterday. You can also write or say that sentence the other way around, where you bought the pants yesterday because they had reduced them before yesterday. That past perfect tense is going to be very important if you're aiming for those higher scores. Okay, so in our template, we want to make sure that we have an introduction, we have a description of a situation, we explain what happened, and then we have a little conclusion. So in my example, I'm talking about a time when I had courage. And I'd like to talk about a time when I felt very courageous. This experience took place when I was at school, and I felt courageous because I had to stand up to an adult and because other teachers supported me. That takes care of our introduction. Then I describe the situation. My math teacher had been bullying me throughout the year. She had kept me after school for no reason, humiliated me, and marked my homework wrong, even though I had the same answers as my friend. So we've used that past perfect in its continuous form here, and the past perfect in its simple form here, because those are the things that happened before I got to the point where I had to deal with the situation. Then we describe what happened. I was so upset that I spoke to another teacher, Mr. Jones, about the problem, and he came to see my math teacher with me. Mr. Jones just stood there while I showed my math teacher the two sets of homework, my friend's, where the answers were all right, and mine, where the same answers were all marked wrong. That tells us what happened, and then we have a conclusion. My math teacher was very embarrassed, but she never picked on me again. And so this little story illustrates courageous. But by simply changing two words, I can illustrate frustrated or motivated or exuberant, which just means really happy, or afraid, or determined. So I'm using exactly the same story to illustrate all of those different emotions. And you can do the same thing. Your examiner doesn't know that it's the same story for all of them. Only you know that, and that's okay. So 3 things to remember. The first is that you need to be prepared to describe an experience that illustrates a feeling. And you can prepare the same story for lots of different feelings. The second is that you need to use the past perfect tense to sequence past events. That's what's going to get you that higher score. And the third one is you want a clear structure with a beginning, a middle, and an end. So you have an introduction, the situation, what happened, and a conclusion. If you're about to take your test, best of luck. But if you need some help getting ready, give me a call or text me at 613-614-6460. I can offer you some tutoring. I can also help you with some writing correction or speaking correction if you want to record your files and send them to me. I've got some other examples on my website, and you can also contact me through that website at www.ottawa-english.com. Thank you so much for watching. You take care now. Bye-bye.